Hi, this is Troy with the WTMI Minicast, where there's always way too much information. Today I want to talk about the information that we get from sound, those things we listen to. Maybe it's a podcast, or in this case, a minicast. Or maybe music. Maybe music's your thing. I know some people turn the radio on in the background and forget all about it. Other people curate their songs, track by track by track, all day, every day. Another thing we hear are conversations. Sometimes between two people at a table next to us. Remember back in the day when we could actually go to restaurants and cafes? Or maybe it's a conversation between me and my partner sitting on the sofa. I can also hear the sounds of Mother Nature. Birds flying by, the sound of the wind in the trees, the sound of the ocean crashing on the beach. And even though not audible, I can sometimes hear my own thoughts. There's a real difference between hearing and listening. Listening is deliberate. Listening is intentional. I can hear something and it has a completely different effect on me than if I actually make the effort to listen to it. If I'm just hearing a podcast, I might catch a word or two or an interesting phrase that I could use later at a dinner party. If I'm listening to it, I'm actually trying to understand what is being said and what's unique about that and how could I actually improve myself as part of that. If I'm just hearing music, it's just filling the space, it's filling the void, it's covering up the background noise. If I'm listening to music, I'm paying attention to how it makes me feel, how it makes my body move. If I'm just hearing conversations, I may be ignoring them. I may be watching Facebook instead, or I may be actually building my grocery list in my head or figuring out what I'm going to say if they ever take a breath, as opposed to listening and trying to understand the other person. And I can hear the sounds of nature everywhere, but do I actually listen to them? Sometimes actively listening and appreciating the sounds of nature and the beauty of nature? Or the fact that what I hear is the sound of a bear in the woods? And yes, I hear my own thoughts, but is it just background chatter as if it's someone over my shoulder? Or do I actually take time to listen and engage with the thoughts? Some people think that thoughts are the universe trying to speak to you. Do you just want to hear them, or do you want to actively listen to them? The question for you is, how much time do you spend passively hearing versus actively listening? And do you make it a conscious choice when you choose to listen and when you choose to only hear? Please leave me a note in the comments below and let me know, what do you just hear versus what do you actively listen to? Be sure and catch all my great content. On Tuesdays, it's Inside Blockchain at cryptoam.io. On Wednesdays, it's more of the WTMI Minicast. And on Thursdays, it's the Business and Blockchain video series. Thanks for listening.